police are investigating a murder case after a Rea Vaya bus driver was shot and killed in Protea Glen, that's in Soweto last night. According to reports, the driver had stopped at a traffic light on Wild Chestnut Street when unknown suspects opened fire. The Rea Vaya bus company has now advised passengers that use its service that this has been temporarily suspended, in fact, until further notice. Watching developments is our reporter Hasina Gori, who joins us now live from Soweto. And Hasina, it's worth taking us through what we know so far, given the fact that these are developments that took place overnight, as many people, of course, scramble to make alternatives.
Ayanda, yes, definitely. As you have said, that police are investigating the murder of one driver, but we have now confirmation from Gauteng police that it is actually two bus drivers that were shot in two separate incidences here in Soweto. We're at the scene of the one that was confirmed earlier by police, that is on Wild Chestnut Road, where we currently are. I'm going to just give you a sense that what is left of the scene is just the sand on the ground. That is believed to be where that bus driver was shot dead yesterday when he was driving the bus in the late evening. There is believed that that armed men came on board and got into the bus, shot at the driver, and then ran into the Curo school in the area here. What happened then is those passengers that were on the bus managed to escape unharmed, but the bus driver lost his life. That motive still unclear at the stage. A second incident happened, and we're going to try to get to that scene as well. According to police, an eyewitness has come forward and said that he was the last passenger on board of that bus, and what happened was he managed to hide when the armed men came on board of the bus. He managed to take cover, and he waited until they had dispersed. And when it got quiet and he came out from where he had been hiding, he realized that the bus driver had been shot dead. He tried to drive the bus and was unable to, and managed to crash it into a wall. The bus driver was declared dead on the scene. The passenger was unharmed and uninjured. He's now working with police. They're trying to understand again in that case the motive of the incident. We've been in conversation with Rea Vaya. They've told us they're in meetings this morning, speaking with a law authority, speaking with the JMPD at the stage. They are not ready to give us more information than what we have at this stage. We know that the alternative routes are what people are looking for. In Soweto itself, when we drove through, there wasn't much of any lines, but driving into the area from the surrounding areas, that is where we saw long queues of commuters waiting for their morning commute. Many residents here in Johannesburg rely on these bus services and the public bus services for their daily commute, to go to work, to go to school, and we saw them then relying on metro buses as well as Patco and the taxis for their daily commute. Here in Soweto, this specific feeder bus route was not in process for the last year after the bus company that was hired was suspended because of going into business rescue. A different operator was then allocated. The route opened 2 months ago, and we know there's been much pushback from the taxi industry with the resuming and the resumption of the Rea Vaya buses in this specific area. They halted operations, calling on police had to be called in to escort the drivers and to ensure that they were able to continue working. That had happened last year sometimes. It's only 2 months since this specific route had reopened, and last night 2 incidences taking place. There's been reports of maybe some others. We're waiting to get confirmation, hoping to speak with Rea Vaya, hoping to speak with the police. When we spoke with them this morning, they said that beyond the statements that they've released, they will not be taking any interviews at this stage. So we're hoping to engage with them. We also know that the families have not yet been informed of the deaths of the bus drivers. So at this stage, we're unable to name those bus drivers that lost their lives during that two separate incidences, and also hoping to speak with the MMC for Transport this morning to try and get a sense from them what the city of Johannesburg will be doing and their response to these incidences. We know that in the last few days there's been many cases of different bus incidences. In Mpumalanga, that 51 buses that were burnt. Reports today suggesting that 9 also in the other provinces as well, NTI buses. So it seems to be that this is a bigger story, and we'll continue to look into it to piece together the pieces as we get information and keep you informed as the story develops.